hook myself up with money. I did knock on some doors today, right in the middle of the hot afternoon at noon, right across from that little park. Used to be the McCarran Park, where the air cargo is, the Marnell aviation center is where Amazon is. You know where that's at, the airport area. So on Eastern, and they got the Walmart. Went and got some water there. Gotta still keep pushing the water. 3 gallons a day is what you need for the amount of being out in public that I'm out. Even if I'm not walking, I am. I mean, you're sweating the whole time. You sweat out a gallon, you gotta drink 3. And you piss right through your pants. There's nothing you can do about it. You keep gotta piss. And I was able to think that's why I changed the pants. But what happened was, it got so raw between my legs that even now with the changed pants, it feels a lot better. But my walk isn't what it should be. And you know, it might come down to where I have to go to work on Thursday here, even though I should have got out of here already on a bus. And I'm gonna have to go to work on Thursday to pay for the bus ticket, do 3 days or 4 days of work, cut it close up till the 3rd. And already I might be sleeping on a sleeping bag somewhere behind a, electric box in San Diego, because there's not gonna be time to hook up with the Neil Good Day Center. But thankfully it is a overnight shift, and that's why you get paid a little extra. There's something called night differential. And the other thing I want to say is, at the point where that starts, we're not going to hear talk of UCSD. You're not going to hear even for, now, and definitely for the duration of my employment with them, you're not going to hear, because it's things we don't do. We don't talk about that. MTS might have been a little bit of an exception, but I would never have been in my work clothes for NMS management on the MTS train. But I got to hook myself up with money. So you saw the videos I put up a little earlier. What happened with the misjudgment that happened, where I've only got $60 on the cash card, and I don't know what happened. I think it might have been that I had drank too much coffee and I was up for 48 hours straight. And so we're gonna get some sleep tonight. You need to, but that's one thing. But also we started a new routine of asking ChatGPT, because that's the problem with my head. Like I was saying, I can't quantify. Normal people, they can do division, long division in their head, or just there's a circle. It needs to be slid up into this many pieces of pie, like a pizza cutter, and that 30 days is in a month. You get $290 or something dollars, and it's the same in Nevada for EBT. And so easily the head just goes, okay, let's round that up to 300, and then right there, the person that's gone through elementary math probably wouldn't even have to. Their head can automatically jump ahead and get something more accurate, because we shave off, if it says 290 or 289, whatever the amount is that you get on your EBT card for food, you want to know what your daily budget is. Of course, I found out $950 is a good estimate. Don't spend more than $950 for, and then you'll still have like $10 left over in the end. If you kept the $950. But that said, sometimes you do have to spend more than $950, but then for a couple of days you can't spend any money on the EBT card. So every time I make a purchase, I scan the receipt and I consult AI. Here's the problem with that, and this proves I need a personal assistant or a handler with me at all times. Or so you already, I don't have to explain the whole fucking thing. It's that the phone comes out, a picture is taken of the receipt, a prompt is entered or spoken into ChatGPT to log this in, save it, and update how many days it is, because we spent more money for things we needed. And as you do that, you start to make decisions about purchases that are right, for someone that's on welfare, and that's basically what it means. Is you string it out. It's not like you're going to be going in and buying donuts and pies from 7-Eleven or something. You're going to be going into Walmart and getting, and this is what I like to do, 24-pack or as much as possible of the Cars sweet and salty trail mix, because and I can go through those like nothing else. But even if you do, you can keep to the budget real easy, because they lasted 3 days at least for 24 packs. Even if you eat a little more than 3 packs a day, which is really all you need if I got all this weight to lose. But don't forget, I am drinking all this water too, and we're walking around in triple degree temps, middle of summer in Las Vegas. So again, but that all takes time to ask ChatGPT, quantify. Now, if I could hand a receipt to someone that's standing right next to me inside of a 7-Eleven or inside of a Albertsons or inside of a Walmart, and say, look, it says what my cash balance is, it says what my EBT, with the snap, swipe my EBT, the black, swipe my EBT, swipe my EBT. They made that song up, and so what do they call it? Snap. It's for food. Can't buy cash stuff with it, hot stuff with it. It's world of welfare. We all know world of welfare. So and that person would take the picture at that. I just hand off. See right there. That's why I need to be an executive with 5 people, 10 hands helping me, like I've always been saying, because right there, all that energy that's being sucked, finding a place to take the receipt out, take the picture, make it a nice picture, put it into AI, ask the question, and then your phone has to be put away, because at that point you spent like a minute or two, and then you'll read it later, or maybe not. That's the problem I was having, why I kind of ran out of money. Okay, well, let's figure this out, get another coffee, let's pull an all-nighter. You have to go to Roberto's, get a horchata, go to Roberto's. Okay, I do need to have dinner, so we'll have their special that's under $10, and that's how we ended up with not enough money to catch a bus, and I should have been on a bus today. So I knocked on some doors, wasn't taken very well, but the real problem is that we didn't knock on enough doors. I probably knocked on about 30 doors, canvass an area of 30 single-family homes. I should have hit 100. There's about 400 homes in that area across from, maybe I'll put a link map right across from there, Eastern and over there. So, but not a bad thing. And by the way, then just kind of as an aside, I'm one of these people that I have to be in motion. Is it because I'm retarded? And when I start making a wheel spin, I start embedding that wheel, or people around me, passing my doo-doo off on them. My doo-doo is like little Post-it notes. Maybe that's it. I think it's not that simple. I think some people are just very kinesthetic, and I have to be in motion. But the first 3, so I realized this when I was in real estate. But in that world, you are actually more likely to get someone to donate $100 to you, just out of sympathy because you've got a sad story. Then I need to sell my house today. But you're knocking on every door. You have to go door knock. And I know I'm going to prove it. By the way, and what I did, so because no one to help me, everyone I offered them to actually become my lender. And I had I had AI integrated with this. It wasn't DocuShare or DocuSign, the Xerox one. There's another, but you get 10 free e-signature documents from people every month with this free thing, and it integrates right into ChatGPT. So I did a little bit of pre-prep at that park there, hot as it was, sweating. And it was just memories I had of. And if I could be there at night, maybe I should. Maybe I should actually, because. Not tonight. Tonight we're gonna sleep at the Courtyard, or maybe even try to get into Catholic Charities tonight. We'll see. A little late for that. You got to be in early, way before sunset, to get a good bottom bunk. And the top bunks are little. I don't know what it is, but when I was at Father Joe's, it just was really easy to climb into that top bunk. It's just the same arrangement. It's like a Salvation Army. You got bunk beds. And the Catholic Charities here, though, as a bunk bed situation, the smell is absolutely horrible. People come in smelling piss. The Hawaiian word is palau. Pila, not palau. We're not trash talking Micronesians or something like that.